Good morning, everyone, and thank you for choosing Market Briefing analysis of today's financial news. Every day, our goal is to provide you with a thorough and knowledgeable analysis of the most relevant financial news to help you navigate the complex economic landscape. Let's begin our daily review. Financial news, June 19, 2023. In today's financial news, the pound sterling weakened and bonds rallied after inflation in Britain slowed more than expected. The UK Consumer Prices Index showed a 7.9% increase compared to the previous year in June, which was lower than economists' predictions of 8.2%. This decline led traders to scale back their bets on further rate hikes by the Bank of England, BOE. As a result, the pound slid against the dollar, and the yield on two-year UK government bonds fell sharply. The positive impact on the market was evident, with rate-sensitive real estate stocks leading the gains. The Stoxx 600 index in Europe rose, and UK home builder stocks experienced their most significant surge since 2008. This optimism was driven by expectations of less aggressive rate hikes by the BOE. Another notable development was the strong performance of Kering SA on the stock market. The luxury group saw a significant boost in its shares after announcing a change in management at the Gucci brand, which was met with enthusiasm from investors. However, markets in Hong Kong and mainland China experienced a downturn. The offshore yuan fell to its weakest level in over a week due to concerns about China's economic slump and financial stress among the nation's dollar bond issuers. Economists are now shifting their focus to potential measures from the upcoming Politburo meeting in China. In the U.S., stock futures remained flat, following positive results from Bank of America Corporation and Morgan Stanley, which boosted bank shares. The U.S. markets closed near session highs on Tuesday, buoyed by these positive earnings reports and the resumption of the rally in equities linked to artificial intelligence. Looking ahead, investors will be closely monitoring inflation data for the Eurozone, as European bonds have already gained. Additionally, in Japan, the yen weakened for a second day following comments from the Bank of Japan governor. As the day progresses, investors will also be paying attention to earnings reports from Goldman Sachs Group Incorporated, Netflix Incorporated, and Tesla Incorporated. Analysts expect potential earnings beats, as the U.S. economic growth remains robust, and the U.S. dollar continues to weaken modestly. To sum up, the day's financial news highlights the pound's decline due to softer inflation in the UK, leading to reduced expectations of further rate hikes by the BOE. However, stocks in the UK and Europe have surged, and investors are monitoring international markets and upcoming earnings reports from major companies. The financial landscape remains dynamic, and investors should stay vigilant in response to the latest developments. Moving on to the market updates, positive market momentum continues as major U.S. indexes advance for the seventh consecutive day, driven by better-than-expected corporate earnings. The Dow Jones Industrial Average led the way, while European markets also traded higher, with the Stoxx 600 index adding 0.6%. Microsoft made headlines with its shares reaching an all-time high after announcing pricing for its new artificial intelligence service called Copilot. Morgan Stanley also impressed investors with its second quarter earnings and revenue, leading to a significant jump in its shares. Bank of America fared well too, with its shares rising due to an earnings and revenue beat for the second quarter. The overall market sentiment remained positive in the U.S., while Asian Pacific markets experienced mixed results. Google has taken a security measure to reduce cyberattack risks by cutting internet access for some employees. In the global market predictions, CNBC Pro sought the opinions of market strategists to determine how global stock markets will fare by the end of the year. Before continuing with our analysis, we would like to remind you of your support for our channel Market Briefing analysis of today's financial news. If you enjoy this video and find our content helpful and engaging, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. This combined with your comments helps us grow and offer you even more quality content. Now let's get back to financial market news and the latest updates. In the banking sector, the U.S. economy has shown greater resilience than anticipated, leading to positive earnings results for banks. Investment banking activity is showing signs of revival, benefiting major banks like J.P. Morgan Chase and Bank of America. Even regional banks experienced a surge of optimism. As earnings season wraps up for big banks, the broader indexes closed higher, with the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the Nasdaq Composite all recording gains. Later today, Goldman Sachs will report its earnings, but analysts are cautious due to challenges faced by the bank in the second quarter. In conclusion, positive market momentum continues, driven by strong corporate earnings in the US and Europe. Major tech companies like Microsoft are making significant advancements in artificial intelligence, and the banking sector is experiencing a rebound. However, cautiousness remains as analysts keep an eye on upcoming earnings reports and potential market uncertainties. Shifting our focus to today's financial news, the pound sterling has weakened against its major rivals early on Wednesday due to softer than expected inflation readings for June. In the UK, the Consumer Price Index, CPI, slowed down to 7.9% on a yearly basis, lower than the market's expectation of 8.2%. This has put pressure on pound sterling to US dollar, which dropped to its lowest level in a week. In the Asian session, data from New Zealand showed a decline in the annual CPI, leading to a reversal in New Zealand dollar to US dollar's initial gains. US dollar to Japanese yen, on the other hand, gained traction and climbed in the European morning. Gold benefited from the slide in US Treasury bond yields and rose to its strongest level in nearly 3 months. Key events this week: Eurozone, UK CPI, Wednesday. US housing starts, Wednesday. China loan prime rates, Thursday. US initial jobless claims, existing home sales, conference. Board leading index, Thursday. Japan CPI, Friday. Some of the main moves in markets. Stocks. The Stoxx Europe 600 rose 0.4% as at 8:23 a.m. London time. S&P 500 futures were little changed. Nasdaq 100 futures were little changed. Futures on the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.2%. The MSCI Asia Pacific Index was little changed. The MSCI Emerging Markets Index fell 0.3%. Currencies. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index rose 0.2%. The euro was little changed at $1.1232. The Japanese yen fell 0.3% to 139.27 per dollar. The offshore yuan fell 0.4% to 7.2184 per dollar. The British pound fell 0.6% to $1.2953. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin rose 0.9% to $30,060.65. Ether rose 0.9% to $1,911.18. Bonds. The yield on 10-year treasuries declined 5 basis points to 3.74%. Germany's 10-year yield declined 5 basis points to 2.34%. Britain's 10-year yield declined 13 basis points to 4.20%. Commodities. Brent crude was little changed. Spot gold was little changed. In conclusion, we'd like to thank you for watching Market Briefing analysis of today's financial news. If you enjoyed our insights and found the information helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to our channel to stay updated with future analyses. Thank you again for your support, and we'll see you soon with more news. Remember, the information in this video is purely informational and does not constitute investment advice. Always consult with a professional before making financial decisions.